Joshiebear plays Minecraft.
What's going on, everyone? It's Joshiebear. We are playing the Minecraft fresh off of our Blaze farm, which I've done a little bit of work on. We're not going to go visit today to check that out because I want to get right into what we have in store for this episode so we can actually get on to the next episode because the next episode's a pretty big project and actually one of the last projects we're gonna put together before we get ready to go fight the dragon. That's right. But before we go fight the dragon, we need to make sure that we've got stuff that we need to, do rockets. Because fighting the dragon, yeah, that's one part of it. But then we're going to go do some in-city raiding and things like that. So we need to make sure that we're ready for Elytra. And today's project is one step closer to that. We are going to be building a sugarcane farm. So to build the sugarcane farm, we must traverse the nether one more time. Make sure that we kill this guy because he can be pretty dangerous. But yes, we must traverse our not even close to finished nether hub to go to the jungle. And yes, we're going to be building a sugarcane farm. And we're also going to be building a creeper farm, but not this episode. That will be next episode. So kind of a spoiler alert there. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that I remembered where I put it. Now, I originally was going to build the sugarcane farm close to home. And this may not make a whole lot of sense to have the two materials that I need to build rockets 2,000 blocks away from me. But I found an area that actually is set up kind of nice near the jungle and the dark oak forest that I can put sugarcane farm on one side. I can put the creeper farm, or at least some storage for a creeper farm on the other, because our creeper farm we'll likely build that up in the air rather than in the ground, just because I don't want to do all that caving. But we should still have a decent enough creeper farm when we're all said and done that gunpowder won't be an issue. All right, so as you can see, we're at a spot that we haven't seen in quite a while in this world. But here's our jungle dark oak forest mix-up that we found back in episode 8, believe it or not. And this is going to be the future site of a sugarcane and a creeper farm. So let's get into today's project, which is the sugarcane farm. And I've already started to lay everything out over here. I put up an arm just to kind of see how much space I was going to need, but it's 4 groups of 8. So you have 32, 64, and each module is these 2 rows. So we have 2 modules of 64. We'll be using a daylight sensor and an observer to trigger all of the pistons and slime block arms. So that should be fairly simple, but we know this is going to harvest twice. So if everything grows fully, we could be harvesting up to 4 stacks of sugarcane per Minecraft day. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot. I mean, there's much bigger farms, and we could actually make this as big as we wanted to. But I think 2 modules is going to be enough for me, and it's not really that big a deal for me to just kind of AFK for a while. One day while I'm at work, just to kind of build up those reserves, and we shouldn't ever have to worry about sugarcane again. Now, I've also punched some holes in the ground here, and that's on purpose. That's actually where all the sugarcane will get washed away and collected to. I've actually, instead of making it as compact as possible, I thought about, all right, what would be a good way for me to be able to collect these? And because I've got them side by side, I needed a little bit of extra space. So each of the water troughs, I would call them, that will be next to the sugarcane will actually be 2 blocks wide. And these blocks that are cut out represent the block that the water's not going to get to. So that seemed like a pretty good place to drop off all the sugarcane. And those will actually run into water streams that are underneath the farm, which I've already run the paths for, as you can see. So really, I just need to go get some ice, which I'll have to go back to the base to get. I don't know why I keep looking down them, but I just have to go get some ice so that way they get transported quickly. We'll put in a couple bubble columns over here, It's in some location, probably centrally located to the farm just to make it easy. And we'll likely have an entrance to some kind of storage area in this area with some chests to keep all of our sugarcane safe from the elements, because that's important. Not really, but it's fun to say. Well, other than the ice that I have to go back and grab, I am ready to go. So I'm going to go grab that ice back at the base, and I'm going to bring you back with a time lapse. Yay! Been a little while since I've been able to do the time lapse with the update and everything, so that was kind of fun. Kind of nice to just be able to grind, work, and know that footage is there, so I can show you something at least somewhat cinematic late during the episode. So I kind of like that. But the farm is pretty much done. I am gonna need to go get some more leaves. I do have some leaves here. I don't know that I'm gonna have enough for a roof fully over everything, but we will go ahead and take care of that. I've also got to fill in some of the back here to make sure that we're not losing anything at the back. Then really just some cosmetic things on the outside to kind of cover up the redstone. I'm not sure what I want to do there yet, but we definitely will get to that in this episode. Outside of that, though, we need to figure out collection. Of course, I've already got my two lines run here, and the way that I've put them in, part of this is going to be outside, which is fine. We have dug up enough stone and dirt to where we probably can do a little terraforming here and make it still like it's built in. So I'm okay. I'm okay with that. We will need to get rid of that tree, but I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna finish up the rest of this to get the ceilings on, and then we'll talk about the storage and getting that ready to go. So I've worked ahead just a little bit here on the sugarcane farm. I've got all the roof on there. I had to go collect some more leaves. There's still a little bit of detail work to go into this. I want to make sure that it's covered. It looks nice, although this looks kind of cool the way that it is. I'm not gonna lie. I think I like the way this looks, because it is kind of an industrial farm, just kind of hidden away here in the hills near the jungle. But we've also got our storage system in place. It is a very simple storage system. There's no sorting needed since it's all sugarcane going in. I have thought about maybe putting some indicator lights next to each chest here, just kind of like a bulk storage kind of indicator that, oh, this chest is full, here comes the next one, and so on. Now, we do have some work to do around this area to clear out some more of this hillside so we can put a decent structure around it. I think I'm going to do that instead of terraform up and over, just because it's so tall. But I've got some ideas there, so that shouldn't be too much of a hassle to do. There's a little bit of detail work again I want to do over here just to kind of clean some things up. I might leave that redstone exposed a little bit though. And then we might do a little bit of detail work in the area to give it a little bit better feel. That may even include a little outpost here to house our nether portal, and maybe even a bed or a crafting table. But overall, the project is functional. I'm quite surprised how quickly that all went up. It really, just the block placing is what really took the time. I mean, it's not a complicated system. I know there in like the time lapse when we were putting everything together, I kind of miscalculated these a little bit. I think I had them farther apart when I was doing kind of like the test build, but this is working just fine. And it is harvesting twice a day. I did adjust the redstone back there a little bit. So really, it's just kind of a wait and see. How productive is this going to be? And while we're over here, we should have plenty of time to see really how much sugarcane we're going to collect. So I'm going to get started on the structure that's going to house our storage. I'm going to do a little bit of the detail work around the farm itself. And yeah, let's show you that in a time lapse. So structures aren't normally something that I'm incredibly good at, especially house-like structures like this. But I'm actually pretty pleased with how this turned out. I tried to make it a little bit more like a little home that is housing the storage. But a little flower planter off the window there. I used the fence post to kind of make some designs. It looks more like a face now than a house, but I'm going to leave it for now. We'll see how that plays out. But over here in this window, actually, which we'll be cutting down some of this hillside here later. But I really like this window here too. Probably could do a little bit better job to connect all of that together. Actually, let me see what I can do. Actually, we can just kind of do this to connect that. Yeah, I kind of like that. Curves it a little bit more. Maybe? Yeah, I think it looks a little bit better. Nothing around the back because it's the back. I don't plan on cutting a lot of this down. But if we do, maybe we can do something in the back as well. Although that's really going to show more of just the bubble column than anything. So not really a big deal to have the back plain. But as we walk in, we can see we have a storage area. I mean, there's not a lot of room to work here. I probably do want to put a crafting bench in here somewhere. But just while we've been working on this is the sugarcane that we've collected. 1, 2, we'll call it 3, 4, 5. We'll call it 6 stacks of sugarcane just in the little bit of time that I've spent kind of building up this house and going back and forth, gathering resources to make sure that I had enough. especially the mushroom blocks, the mushroom stems. Those kind of got in the way of quick progress, but I really like how this has turned out. Now, we won't be doing as much detail work as far as this farm goes. Again, it's a little bit industrial. We don't need to cover everything, but there's a few things that I do want to go around and do. Maybe like put some fence posts in these little gaps just to kind of give it a little bit of reality, I guess. You would have something holding up those lamps, maybe a little bit of support. Actually gives it a little bit of character, a little bit of contrast from the greens and the dark brown. Brightens it up quite a bit. So I'm going to go through and at least on the outsides here, the inside ones, it's a little bit of a lost cause for that. And even though this is facing this stone wall, I'm going to do it here as well. Now, other than that, I think what we do, we kind of do this along the edges here, just so that slime block is covered. Makes it a little bit more clean, a little more finished there on the edge. I'll do it on the other side too, but I'm really, really happy with how this project has turned out. I do want to build some pathways around here since we will have some other things in the area. And it's not like we're going to be spending a lot of time back here to, look at this part, which is why I'm just going to keep this out in the open. Ooh, I missed one right here. Boom, boom. There we go. But yeah, I will be making some pathways, maybe down to like this area so I can come down here and take a look if I need to. But as we come up here, that path will it'll snake around to here. There'll be a little bit of an outpost with the portal in it. It'll probably come down around to here and then out over to here where our next project, which won't be this episode, but our next project will be, I guess, accessed over here. And of course, that project is going to take us high up in the sky. We will be basically building a mob farm, but I am going to make it a creeper and spider farm because I don't need rotten flesh. I don't need skeletons. I've got a skeleton farm. I really need the gunpowder. So this is kind of like our gunpowder manufacturing hub or our rocket manufacturing hub. Again, not a lot of thought went into the fact that it's so far away from the home, but I wanted to put these two farms close together, and I didn't want to continue to pack farms in around the main base. So this felt like a really good area to do that in. So that's why we're here. Of course, I already explained that to you at the beginning of the episode. I just needed to talk to hear myself talk. So I think there's really only one thing left to do, and that's to see how well this thing actually produces after I put a door on the front of this. That might be helpful. I think we'll go with do we want a birch door? I think we do a birch door here instead of a dark oak door. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I think that goes pretty well. Although I think I want it on the inside. Yeah, I think we go here instead. There we go. Yeah, it gives it that little bit of depth into the walkway. Great. All right, so I think the only thing left to do is to find out exactly how well this farm is going to work. And that's going to require me just to kind of sit and wait for a while. So I'm going to go do some real life things. I'm going to lock myself up into the storage room itself, and we will see how much sugarcane we can get. I don't know, is for the amount of time that I go do things that are not Minecraft. All right, so here we are just a few hours later, and it's time for us to check on our gains from the sugarcane farm. So, bam. All right, so 9, 18, We'll call it 19 stacks minus the 6 or so that we already had. That's not bad. 13 stacks of sugarcane in about 4 to 5 hours. I mean, it could be better, could be a lot worse, but I think we have accomplished what we wanted to accomplish with the sugarcane farm. So overall, we've had a pretty productive episode. We got our sugarcane farm in place. I fell off of the side of the hill here. But we got our sugarcane farm in place. We have the storage area complete with full structure around it. I think that's a first for me, especially in this Let's Play. I don't think we've built a full building like this yet. So that was kind of nice to do something a little bit different, even though it kind of reminds me of our mining shack from last season. It's just the way that it's shaped. I like this weirdly shaped roof. I don't know. I just do. But we do have some work yet to do in this area. But that will come after we complete the next project, which next episode, we're going to get working on a creeper farm all the way up in the sky. I'm not sure how high, but it will be in the sky, and that looks kind of like Space Invaders. I would love to get to the creeper farm today. However, we are out of time. The sun is going down. Pretty soon the moon will come up. And, well, I'd rather work in the day than the nighttime, but we did get a lot accomplished, and I'm pretty happy with the progress in this area so far. Hopefully you have enjoyed watching me derp around with a sugarcane farm and building this little tiny house. If you did, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, leave your comments, your questions, your concerns, your declarations. All of those things are welcome. Next episode, Creeper Farm, more third-person kind of view, me swinging a pickaxe. I totally zoned out and just kept doing it. All right, our time has come to an end. I'm Joshiebear. I'm out of here. I'll see you later.